Alright, today on demo weekend, I am playing a game called Aether Iron. It is a RPG set in a sort of a steampunk world of, I guess, New York crime syndicates. Let's take a look. We're just gonna do story. We'll do balance. It's a demo. We'll see how it's intended to be played. I'm not gonna change any modifiers. This is just a demo.
Every man, woman, and child remembers the day that Aether first captured their imagination, that gravity became nothing more than an inconvenience. Prepare yourselves, fair citizens of New York, to feel such wonder again. The Helicline Institute of Aethonics is announcing an early Aether Tech showcase ahead of the 1939 World's Fair. So come one and come all, and be inspired. Gaze upon new skyward frontiers and see that there is no alternative to a future amongst the heavens.
Looks like it's time. There's no thriving in this city, not in the lowers. They call it that for a reason. Drowning in rain, lost in the shadow of the uppers. But with a job like today's, a girl can hope to finally catch her breath. Just a transport. No guns, no complications, no room for another screw-up. A second chance from a hard case like Mr. Blanc doesn't come around often. I just hope he's not setting me up. But something still isn't cooking right. Mr. Blanc doesn't give second chances to anyone. After that last job went south, he could have tossed me into the well and watched me get torn apart 6 ways to Sunday.
Now leaving the station.
Someday, I can leave the smuggling business behind. I won't have to worry about backroom deals, meddling tyrants, or pulling pennies from the smoke of a gun. Maybe I could even find a place in the uppers to thrive. Too bad I'm only welcome up here on business. For now. Someday, I'll have a whole place to myself up here. Something entirely mine. No thing and nobody holding me down. Just me and the open sky. Finally free. I slip into one of the ritziest hideaways in the uppers, long after the rich and sauced have sauntered off to bed. The glass cage cleans up nice after hours, but no amount of soap will wash away the stink of high-class gin and imported cologne.
Okay, so this looks very film noir-y, except we've got a female lead here. Except she's not quite a detective, she is a smuggler.
My shoe gives the glass floor a wary tap as I scan the room. I ignore the booze hound glued to the table and turn to the stern-faced bartender.
And I appreciate the fact that I don't have to read this, so, yeah. Alright, we gotta take Mr. Blank's job offer, let him know I've arrived, and speak to him carefully.
The booze hound's a whistling faucet, and his drool-spattered watch is worth more than my whole outfit. The regulars flock here to take in the view over a bottle of something expensive and bubbly. Every now and then, a soul gets grounded. And this is the best seat in the house. As good a mouthwash as any. Might come in handy later, too. Currency in my line of work isn't always green.
Okay, do I want to make her evil and steal things right at the top? Well, she's a smuggler, so I get the impression she doesn't give a shit about, laws. So, she's a criminal, but we can be an honorable criminal.
My eyes dart to the back door. If things go sideways, I'm a quick sprint from the exit.
Let's not piss him off if we don't know who he is
The
yet.
bar serves me a look reserved for the roaches camping in the kitchen. I grit my teeth and approach the counter. Morgan? I give a curt nod without response. Any other gift of familiarity would be wasted.
You give or you get?
Wilson out? A deep sullenness passes over the man.
What can I do for you, Miss Rindazzo?
Okay, so certain dialogue options contain talent checks. The checks add an element of chance to your decisions, influenced by your crew's talents and attributes. Each check has a difficulty rating and a minimum number you need to roll. And it double clicked. Great. Awesome. Something messing with my mouse controller, or you have a mouse controller that's too sensitive. Okay, so I can be a gumshoe, press about Wilson. I can ask about business. I guess I should do this. I need to roll at least a 5. Oof. We failed. We rolled a 4.
My eyes scan the aged bartender's body, looking for some set of clues on what happened to Wilson. Nothing. You didn't answer my question. Where's Wilson?
Your powers of observation astound, Miss Rendazzo. I indeed did not answer your question.
It's been a while.
Okay.
How's business, Morgan?
Business carries on as usual. Okay. Oh, now I do have to read. Miss Randazzo, Mr. Blanc's morning is full, and in the evening we host Kick Holiday.
I know that name from the radio. Shame I'll have to miss hearing her live. The glass cage might tolerate my presence during after hours, but its patience runs dry whenever respectable clientele's on the floor. I got a meeting with Mr. Blanc. Let him know I'm here.
So soon? I'm surprised. And without your uncle.
His eyes meet mine, challenging me to say anything, to reach for my piece, to balk, maybe even cry. I slowly inhale. It's too early to let some high-nosed stiff get his kicks in. So I smile. I'm missing an Apollo Diamond picture to be here, Morgan. Help a girl out. The bartender frowns while he polishes a small tumbler. He's expecting me. I don't intend to make him wait. Do you? That did the trick. He reaches his hand under the counter, slowly. A part of me waits for a fiery roar of buckshot to tear through the mahogany. Instead, I hear a click and muted bell.
He'll be with you shortly, Miss Rendazzo. I assume you can show yourself out afterwards.
A familiar scent fills the air and lazy smoke drifts to the corner of my eye, drawing my attention to a darkened booth.
Over here?
The table's already set. A narrow beam of light splits the booth. On my side, a glass of my favorite whiskey. On the other, an ember held in the hands of a man more shadow than flesh.
It's always the Shadow Man, huh? Okay, Chase, I appreciate the drink.
Excuse me, Mr. Blanc, but I'm here for business, not pleasure. An unhurried puff of smoke fills the booth.
Damn RNG.
I hear the edge in his voice press against me. His eyes are narrowed points.
You do not set the terms, Randazzo. This is my table. My favor to you.
He stubs out the pleasantries with his dying cigarette. Onto a new smoke. Onto business.
A young woman from the Heights requests transport to the lowers. Nowhere in particular.
The Heights? What's some girl from upstairs want in the slums?
I don't care. She requested discretion.
Where's Wilson? Morgan looks worse for wear out there. The yellow flame flashes on caught breath.
Mr. Wilson is no longer under my employ.
Ew.
Shame. He owes me money. Know where I can find him? The booth darkens to a silent gloom. Even the embers quiet their dull murmurings as Mr. Blanc leans forward again.
You'd do best to forget Mr. Wilson. Him and those he associated with. Or you too will find yourself out of my employ.
I'd struck a nerve, one that ran deep. Too deep for me to feel comfortable going any further. Mr. Blanc is a monster in his own right. I don't want to know what ghosts haunt his closet. She seemed like the type to cause trouble? If she's getting into my car, I need to know what to expect.
She is young, naive, harmless. No threat to you.
Oh,
You're
boy.
the one who knows things, and that's all you know?
The girl's hiding. I found her buying passage from an unsavory sort, and I offered her an alternative. She's desperate, and she had money.
That was nothing, but more than I could have hoped from a man who charges a premium on information. Sounds too easy.
For you, Randazzo, too easy is all you get. For now.
And if she brings in heat from the heights,
I trust you'll adapt.
I'll get it done in a few hours. And maybe next time we talk, the work will require more than my babysitting skills.
Your reputation is mud, Randazzo. This is charity. Do the job. You'll be paid. Half your usual.
I have no bonuses or anything. No, didn't do it.
I thought we knew each other better. After how many jobs? And you're going to insult me like this?
This is consequence, not insult.
Then why does it feel like you're spitting in my face? The words roll off my tongue, bitter and metallic, clanging to the floor. I know by the shape of the darkness I misspoke.
No one will come near you. I shouldn't come near you. Yet, I give you a second chance. A way to prove yourself.
Don't speak.
A harsh whistle of wind screeches through the floor, punctuating the man's heavy words. Tension ripples down my spine, and I become mute.
You will take this job. I will pay even less, and you will take this job. You have no choice. So say yes and leave.
He has me pegged. I'm broke without a single lead. Without this job, I don't even think I could last the week before I'd need to call in a favor best left undisturbed. Yes.
You'll find her outside, being obvious. Good luck, Randazzo.
Wow, you've given me a whole $10 to taxi this lady. Alright, mission log displays your available missions, including details on their current objectives. From here, you can also review a history of previously completed missions, accessed at any time from the top right of the screen. Conversations, locations, and other points of interest required to progress a tracked mission are highlighted across the game world. Tracked or not, all available missions can be progressed. Use track mission to more easily follow the mission you are currently pursuing. Okay, so missions. Glassbird and Glass Shoes. Untrack. Okay. Crew is just me. This is where you manage your crew. You can change which heroes join Gia on a mission and see all of your crew's skills and abilities in one place. You can only change your crew while you're at the hole. You will gain new crew members as you progress. You can change which vehicles they are driving, select swap and choose any of your unlocked vehicles, change them to gain new abilities in combat, get more storage, or access new parts of the city. Crew members share a group inventory. This is your crew pockets. To adjust your inventory, you can click and drag items around. Items have useful information that can be viewed. And vehicles have their own inventory, and you can move shit around between them. Inventories can be sorted quickly and filtered. Alright, right now I just have dollars. I got a glove box, passenger storage, and trunk storage. Alright, and Codex is an in-game encyclopedia offering lore, character details, and insights into the world of Aether and Iron. Access it at any time from the top right of the screen. Entries are unlocked as you progress through the story, complete missions, and explore the city. Look for highlighted new entries and delve deeper into the game's lore. Alright, so there are 9 available crew members, and I just have Gia, and presumably it's sorted by alphabet. Then we have 12 other peoples. Mr. Blanc is there. And we have 3 strata areas. The heights. To dream too far in the clouds. Don't know much about it. Truth. Don't think many know much about it either. Other than what we see in theaters, on the posters, or in the speeches. It's where the brightest go to save humanity and where the future is being made. Sure. I've heard some call it a facade, the soaring skyscrapers, the clean-cut concrete, the gliding along every edge. I don't care. I take a reliable 9 to 5 walking down the street without getting shot, and a smell other than rot in a heartbeat. As soon as I have enough. And then you have lowers. I'd look up when I was younger and wonder where the edges of the lowers truly were. How many barrens stretched across the horizon? How many islands filled the skies? Now they see the muck and grime, now that I live in that place. The whole part of the city seems a lot less romantic. Alright, so we got different areas or biomes. Astoria Bay is a small island uncharacteristic of the uppers, plenty of escapers. The glass baron who runs the place is more of a recluse, little interest in the affairs of the barony. Enforcement lacks. Still need to go see Silverfoot James at Foxy's. Glass Cage is one of the oldest and most successful bars in the uppers. The ambience of the Glass Cage attracts the rich and well-connected from across the city. This famous glass bottom provides breathtaking views of old New York and provides patrons that lofty feeling of being above it all. Literally and figuratively. It's also the source of its proprietor's primary business, knowing things he shouldn't and connecting interested parties with markets of questionable legality. Ether. Don't know if it's growing up on solid ground, but can't fully trust the stuff. When caught, bottled, and burned, my Zia would say if it were meant to fly, it would have been made of wings. He didn't like how men have become like gods. I can't say I disagree. Okay, I want to see what they say about Mr. Blanc. He's a man, if you know anything about, if he's a man at all. Not a string in the uppers that doesn't lead back to him, and I've found myself tripped up too many times just walking around. I'll be better off when I can find work without having to crawl to him first. Yeah. Seems self-indulgent to keep notes on myself. I suppose that makes sense. Alright, we go back. We got a menu. Go back. Back. Alright, we're gonna have a conversation. Make contact with the girl. I guess I gotta leave.
My eyes dart to the back door. If things go sideways, I'm a quick sprint from the exit.
Okay, I'm not getting paid for this, so I can snatch his bottle, but I don't think I should give that guy a bad day. I'll just go back. Okay.
A string of yellow cabs idle at the curb, their vultures squawking at a young woman standing on the sidewalk, barely 20. She's a bird of paradise, too colorful for the drab concrete jungle around her. Obvious was right. That's the one.
Alright. Nelly.
One of the buzzards has her cornered. The girl's smile is a mask. She's being polite, but she doesn't realize how ugly this could get.
Guess I'll scare them off.
Beat it. This fare's mine. The cabbie gawps at me, stunned I dare intrude on his meal ticket. He puffs out his chest.
Yeah? Says who?
Says me, wise guy.
Well, I don't know you from a hole in the sky, lady.
Loose sparks off the aetherway fill the humming silence with a surplus of electricity. The cabbies close ranks, staring me down, daring me to make a move. The girl's eyes flit between us, unsure which direction the danger is coming from.
I'm just...
Careful, doll. I don't think it's safe with this bird over here.
I need a bigger monster to scare these scavengers away. I point behind me at the glass cage in a last-ditch effort that could come back to haunt me. You fellas know who owns this joint?
Mr.
Another cabbie elbows him in the ribs to shut him up. They know. Good. And you know not to mess with his business. I nod towards the girl, and the cabbies step away as if she were Lady Plague herself. I'll see you gentlemen later.
You can count on it.
Seething, the cabbies disperse. I hope that's the last of them.
That sure was scary. I didn't realize... Thank you, Miss... Smuggler?
I give her a once-over, like a filament warming up inside a bulb. Her shaken nerves are slowly replaced with a beaming smile. My silence doesn't seem to deter her optimism.
So, you're my driver. I'm Nellie. Well, Dr. Eleanor Reinhardt, technically, but please, Nellie's fine.
Name's Gia. So, doctor, huh?
That's right. My degree is in theoretical aethonics. I did my dissertation on Cherenkov radiation's impact on aether particulate flux. Columbia, then NYU for postgrad. Such a gorgeous campus. Have you been?
Can't say I have.
It's pretty close to the Helicline Institute of Aethonics. Olympus Park is what most people call it. Where I work. Or worked, anyway.
She fidgets with her big, overstuffed briefcase. Something about it bothers me. This isn't your average rich socialite clutching her purse in a rough part of town. She's clinging to it like a life raft.
I hope you don't mind me saying so, but You make quite a striking impression.
The girl's eyes sparkle with curiosity. She's a bright little thing, smart, switched on, and she's doing an admirable job of hiding how scared she really is. Her voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper.
Are you really a smuggler?
Nope. That was a shot.
No, I'm a chauffeur. The girl's grin is like a sunrise. She claps her hands together excitedly.
Right! A chauffeur. I didn't know we'd be using a cover story. Ooh, how thrilling. What should I be? Maybe the heiress to a vast fortune? Textiles, perhaps? Or steel? Or maybe rubber? Can I be called Lady Vanderhooten? Or...
Look, we'll discuss this later.
Oh, yes, of course.
My car's this way. Come on. I get an itchy feeling, like we're being watched. This whole thing has me off kilter, like walking into a room without turning on the lights.
Okay. Back to Astoria Bay.
It's really something. Someday, I'll wake up to this every morning. Bet these platforms don't see many folks from the lowers. Zio always liked cabbies, said they were useful. This is where he and I disagreed.
Alright.
We step into my ride. I twist the ignition, and we set off. I catch the girl scanning the interior, her eyes taking everything in. So, where am I dropping you off? The lowers is pretty big.
Oh, anywhere, really. I'm sure I'll find my way where I need to.
There's only sincerity in that voice. Mr. Blanc wasn't kidding. This really is a babysitting job.
Ooh, what's that button do?
Yeah, don't press that.
Ah, so it must be some type of modification. I bet it's a supercharger. They always have those in the comics. Oh, I know. It's an ejector seat. Wait, it's not for the passenger side, is it?
She's not even really talking to me. Her motor mouth is just spinning out of control. I've got to learn what the hell's going on with this easy transport.
Oh, we've passed one, yay. Yeah, I kind of feel like you might as well just try, because so far they have no consequences.
The faint smell of ash fills the car. A spent handkerchief hides in her palm. Small aether burns scar her fingertips. Not an ounce of luggage other than the case. Doc has something to hide. So where are you going, kid? Family? Friends?
Oh, no. I'm here all by myself.
Anywhere you planning on visiting? I'm not much of a tour guide.
That's my own business. Thank you.
You're running from someone. By the looks of it, you barely got away. So, what's some pampered lab rat doing on the run? You steal something in that case of yours? The girl's shocked silent. Lies and half-truths run across her eyes, but none of them make the cut. I had her dead to rights. Don't worry, kid. You're not the first with a story like that.
That's not my story. Well, not all of it. I didn't steal anything, I swear.
She looks out the window, quiet and still. Last thing I need is some heights drama following me down here and ruining an easy payday. While we're talking, my eyes keep getting pulled to the rear view like it's a magnet. I can't shake the feeling we're not alone. I juke down a couple service paths and hop across an access junction. Sure enough, when we pop back onto street level, the same dark shape is lurking behind us. Hang on to something, kid. This might get bumpy. I pop open the hidden compartment under the dash and point to it. The girl catches on almost instantly, and there's only a moment of hesitation before she shoves her briefcase inside.
Alright, click on location to view info and set it as your destination. Click on it again to travel there. So, or right click to get there instantly. Encounter unexpected events. After an event, you'll return to the map and continue your journey by pressing space or clicking on your destination. Or you can choose a new destination. Okay, so I'm trying to go here. Buy tickets to the lowers. And then we click on it again. Surprise encounter.
I catch a glimpse of the man tailing us. He's got the easy posture and the liquid metal smile of a seasoned killer. In the rear view, his eyes burn like ice above a jagged scar.
No! How did he find me?
Who?
Ooh, great question. Sketchy man. Time you came home, darling.
Nellie? Who is that?
Looks like you found a little tour guide, Eleanor. Got no quarrel with you, smuggler. Pull over and you can drive away clean.
We can't, Gia. Please, we can't.
Don't worry, kid. Just keep your head down. This will be over soon.
Alright, enemy vehicles can be damaged by selecting a weapon and then an enemy vehicle to shoot. Each weapon can only be used once per turn. Hover over locations to preview your path. Click on the location to move there. Moving forward costs more than moving backwards. You can combine attacks and movements by selecting an ability and choosing the location to use it. Combat's dynamic. Look for obstacles and lane changes that could damage or even destroy your vehicle, or use them to take advantage of your enemies. So what kind of weapons do I have here? I can ram him. I can shoot my Gatling gun. That would move me sideways. Okay.
Great balls of fire! My transmission!
Oh, he's down. Heat improves brass talent checks but worsens smart checks. Low heat does the opposite. So these things are increasing my heat.
My automobile!
Nice. Okay. So then... we're out of action points or something? Or our heat is too high? Doesn't have to go like this. Oop. Probably shouldn't have moved right beside him. My turn? Should we go over here? And turn. Oh. Good, let's keep him there. I'm gonna go here and then ram him. No, we're done.
Another notch on the dash.
Okay, we did it.
Did it, Gia? He's gone.
That was too easy. We need to get off this island. Now.
Alright. We got scrap. The rest of the way. Stop. All vehicles leaving Astoria Bay require an exit
I
permit.
got my papers. Verified this morning by...
All exit permits from before noon today are considered void. You'll have to require a new permit inside the
Look,
terminal.
maybe there is some other arrangement we can reach. I flash a clip of greenbacks underneath my outstretched expired permit. The guard looks unimpressed. Damn upper snobs. Too good for money.
Maybe they don't need it, or they don't want the hassle. Anyway, ma'am, that might fly where you're from, but not up here. You'll have to get a permit like everyone else. No
He
move.
waves me on, and I drive towards an open...
And it cuts itself off. Okay.
People mill about, laughing in the sun, but something's off. The world feels grainy and sluggish, like I'm wading through sand. I need to keep the girl close.
Alright.
We're killing time in a sea of hard limbs, well-used pocket watches, and dull chatter, waiting for a permit. Bureaucracy moves slow in the uppers without the right type of love to grease the wheels.
Gia? Are you sure we can't take my briefcase? It's very important.
Better off out of sight than getting swiped in a pickpocket's hunting ground. See that? I nod and put a spotlight on an act I've played myself. A gal trips into a gentleman. The gentleman goes to help her. And the bag he's briefly forgotten about glides away in the hands of her partner.
Cheapers! Oh, that poor man. We
should do nothing. Right now, we keep our heads down and avoid bringing attention to ourselves.
Oh.
Look, no one's prying my stash open, and I've got an eye on the car. Besides, we'll be back in the Chimera in no time.
Right. We're... what's the phrase? Staying low. I'm just worried because... Oh, Gia, look! Cotton clouds! Oh, I haven't had uppers candy in years.
The girl runs off.
Oh boy. Fine, leave her.
She's like a bird from a cage. Bright eyes sparkle as she flits at every vendor between her and the cotton cloud stand.
Clearly she doesn't get out much.
The vendor sculpts pink and blue clouds for passengers in search of a sweet souvenir. Nellie looks ready to buy out the whole stand. The speakers call out names with far more cheer than they deserved. Dreamland, Nation's Crusade, and so on. None were ours. My neck itches at every careless shoulder bump and lingering eye. Nobody unusual, but the itch doesn't quit.
Okay, so I have to talk to her, or I have to go this way?
The girl seems determined to stay obvious. We've still got time before the ferry leaves, but I growl as I give up my spot in line and beat feet after her. The girl's busy drilling the vendor about sugar to syrup ratios. I throw a look and she focuses on picking out a flavor. A stick of cotton later, I heard her back in line. Unfortunately, it hasn't moved. I let her get in a few sweet bites before I feed her something bitter. What did that scarred-up black hat want with you? Her face falls mid-bite. The pink cloud sags like a lead balloon.
I've thought of at least 5 different ways to explain it, but it's complicated. Usually I'd ask someone for advice, but he's not here.
Look, kid, I got shot at for you. I was told to expect a simple transport, and now I'm stuck looking over my shoulder. You owe me a whole lot more than it's complicated. What's in the case?
I'm sorry. You're right. And I'm sorry you got shot at. It's my research. It's very important, but I don't know why anyone else would want it.
I give her a side eye. I need the whole picture, but all I'm getting is an unfinished canvas.
It's the well.
What about it? So a bodega sign falls off and disappears every now and then. Neighborhood's already coming to pieces anyhow.
It's expanding. Getting bigger. Stronger. It's going to get bad, Gia. Really bad.
You're pulling my leg.
No! I swear, Gia! The car!
Great. They stole my car.
Minutes. I'd only taken my eyes off the car for a few damn minutes. Time stops long enough for me to catch the tail end. The glare of green lights, the lift of red-white metal, and the blur of a black hat. They took my car.
Gia! My research was in the car. What are we going to do?
We're going, now. Ferry's here. I know a place we can hide on board, but we gotta move.
But...
No buts, kid. Move. If they've got the car, we've got to assume they're on our tail. We stick to the plan. Get to the lowers and hole up somewhere safe. After that, we're gonna figure out how you're getting my car back. The hole is a barrenless refuge, rotting and hidden in a forgotten corner of the city. It offers sanctuary to every soul who finds freedom at the end of a gun or the bottom of a bottle. It is the safety of the shadows.
Oh, is this your hideout, Gia? It's like a pirate's cove or a raider's den.
More like a sinkhole. Watch your step, kid. You'll sooner run into a back alley mugger than a swashbuckler out here.
So, what's next? We need to formulate a strategy.
My place. I need a drink. And you need to finish explaining what the hell got my car stolen.
Alright, level up talents for crew's talents and attributes to improve your bonuses. Each crew member has access to different talents. Access your talents by selecting the crew portraits. So, Gia, yeah. Increasing talents will unlock certain skills. So I can either be a daredevil, an enforcer, a grease monkey, a dodger, a smooth talker, or a phantom. So what do we get out of these? Light weapons, evasion. This one is light weapons apply drain. Oh, we have more. There's smarts. Strategist, a gumshoe, or a brainiac. Okay. So I think as a smuggler, she wants to either be a smooth talker or a phantom or strategist. What's this one get me? Sabotage? Maybe we'll do strategy? The +1 which... Okay, we'll do that. Okay. We have 2 more points. Sabotage. What's this one do? Do I want to get a 1 point in smooth talking? Alright. Smooth talking strategist. Now what? Back? So if I go to my crew, it's still just me. The girl's a client, she's not crew. Alright, and... technically we've done all those, but it's not quite done. Okay. Kodak. We got Nellie, a brilliant scientist with a mysterious problem. Nellie arrived in the uppers, clutching a mysterious briefcase and looking for a ride to the lowers. After narrowly escaping the accident that claimed the lives of her research team, the brave and somewhat naive idealist decided to take her investigation to the source. Duly noted. Back we go. I'm supposed to go to Gia's apartment to unload.
Finally, the first drop of real sunshine all day.
I can last one more day. What would you do here, Zio? Say the job's over, cut the girl and run? Would definitely save me a headache. Zio always told me to have a way out. The old greenhouse has plenty of windows to offer that very service. Would hate to break one on a great getaway, though. New York City is bigger than the world that holds it. A single filing cabinet couldn't contain it all, but I always found it a way to keep it stocked with everything I needed. I still have that new edition of, does that say Bammy to read later? Alright, here's the stash. Ooh, I got a shotgun. Can I take that? M? Am I not allowed to take that? Move all to Gia? Oh, she has no space in her inventory? Fine, she's not allowed having that. But I will talk to
The way
Nelly.
she holds herself is too bright for my apartment. Too colorful. Everything feels smaller. The space between the shrinking walls taken up by her testimony.
I've been tracking growth patterns around gravitational anomalies. The well's always been an unusual case. It goes through the occasional spike and ebb, but it's always stabilized, eventually. My colleagues and I, were supposed to meet and discuss what to do about the well, but I was late. I would have been inside already if it hadn't been for Professor Gardner. He discovered something was wrong first. He tried to get me away, and because of me,
She trembles, leaving the unspoken sound of a falling body to echo off the walls.
There was an explosion. Everything burned so fast. I wanted to help, but Professor Gardner wasn't moving. That's when I saw him. The black hat. And then he saw me. I ran as fast as I could. Didn't have time to take anything else but the notes I had on me.
That's a hell of a story. So a professional killer snuck into the Heights and blew up a building just to get his mitts on you and your research. and you have no idea why.
I truly don't. Please, you have to believe me.
Your colleagues, tell me about them.
They were brilliant scientists, Gia. All of them. And bright and hopeful. Together, we were going to discover a better world. Find the answers to...
She holds back the grief by roaming the room with her eyes, latching onto every detail and yet ignoring every bit of it.
And they were kind. Alistair, Professor Gardner, especially. He always looked out for me. Even when I first showed up. A 16-year-old with a half-packed suitcase and too many questions. He always tried to help. Right to the end.
Your kind have been coming down here for years. They do some tests, make a big spectacle of themselves, and conclude that it's mostly harmless. Nothing more than clouds or a bad storm.
That's the thing! It should be nothing more than a cloud or a storm. For crying out loud, it's not Jupiter's red spot. Something is causing it to persist and expand.
You're sure it's expanding?
If my work is correct, quickly.
It was just a pause. A moment where I hold back a lifetime of cynicism and disappointment. But she hears it like I'm filling the room with air raid sirens.
You live in a flying city, Gia. A city kept alive with technology so foreign 80 years ago that we'd be like gods to our grandparents. It's solvable.
You're in the lowers, as requested and paid for. What were you planning once you got here?
First, I thought I'd have to find a place to live, of course. I have some money,
The girl goes paler than the moon in a crystal bath. A moment of clarity, and a possible lifetime of hopelessness.
It was in my case. All of it. I have nothing.
She looks up at me, eyes suddenly welling into baby blue pools that flood the dwindling room.
I don't have anyone I can ask for a loan. Everyone's... They're dead. All of them. He killed them. And now he's followed me here. He won't stop, will he? He's going to find me again. And I won't be able to fix the well, and...
Hey, kid. Look at me. You're smart. You'll figure something out. You just... Listen. I'll talk to someone who could help, but I need you to focus. Those goons stole my car and your briefcase. And right now, you might be the only real lead I have.
What can I do? I told you everything I know.
Not everything.
For traveling incognito?
I don't get it. You're from Olympus Park. You got money. And you just leave without talking to anyone?
I needed to disappear quickly. Apparently, I'm not all that good at it. I didn't have time to pack. I took the first ferry I could find, and it left me in Astoria Bay. Fortunately, when I told a very nice officer I needed to get to the lowers, he referred me to Mr. Blanc.
Knowing Mr. Blanc, that referral didn't happen by chance. He's got eyes in every dark corner of the city. If a bird from the heights flew down on an air of mystery, he'd want to know why. He called you by your name. We're looking at someone who's done his research, or someone who's got something personal on you. Got any enemies up there?
No!
You sure? You didn't piss off some other brainiac with a better showing at the science fair?
No.
You running from family? Some bigwig who made a pass at you? Jilted husband?
I'm not. I've never been... married? I don't have the time. Or the interest. But even if I did, I haven't had any gentleman callers. Or really met any gentlemen. Aside from Professor Gardner, of course, but he doesn't count. Not in that way.
This Professor Gardner's come up a few times. Who is he?
Oh, Professor Gardner, Alistair Gardner, was one of the first people recruited to the Helicene Institute. He's one of their spokesmen, too. He even oversaw my application. The other adjudicators were reluctant. Everyone else was so much more senior, and older, too. But Alistair fought for me. He called my skills and my desire for a better world a brilliant ambition. He helped look after me during my stay at Olympus Park. It helps that he supervised the lab that I worked in.
Something doesn't add up. Most of us will never see the heights, let alone Olympus Park. How'd someone like him get inside?
I don't know. Must have broken in. Or stolen access? Disguised himself, maybe? But you can't just stroll through. I had to go through an extensive vetting process to even be allowed to visit.
So he's found you twice. Once in the Heights, and then again after hiding with Mr. Blanc. He'll probably track you down here, too.
You think?
She starts to retreat back into her shell. Damn it. I was just getting somewhere. If I'm going to get anything useful out of this, I gotta give her something to latch onto. Hey, look at me. This chump isn't getting away with this. I'm going to take care of him. Going to get my car and your briefcase back.
Really?
It's a matter of personal and professional pride. I don't like when people mess with what's mine. Just stay here and don't touch anything. I'll be back soon.
Wait! I'm going with you.
And why should I do that? You're a doe in headlights most of the time.
Well, for a lot of reasons, actually. For starters, I'm excellent company. I'm also smart and amazing at aethonics. I'm sure that could really come in handy out there. But if not, well, let's be honest with each other. I need you to find that man. He has my briefcase. You need your car back, and you can do that by finding him. If he's following me, then that's good news. The best way for you to find him is for him to find me. Us.
Foolhardy or brave, like going all in before the flop in a high-stakes hold'em round. I'll give the kid this much. She's earnest to a fault. Okay, but first I need to see a gal about a car. Until I'm back, stay put. Cress is already gonna be in a bad enough mood when she hears about the car. She doesn't need me ambushing her with this bundle of trouble too. Cress Carter is the only person in the hole who could sell me something with 4 repulsors and a steering wheel. Only one issue. I'm broke. Fortunately, I have something more valuable to her than a wad of cash. If there's anything that can soften bad news and a steep ask from Cress, it's fresh vinyl with a smooth baritone. I second guess leaving the girl idle in my room. She's the curious kind that could find trouble with her eyes closed and feet tied. I don't live like royalty, but I got a few shabby creature comforts around. Maybe it's enough to keep the girl's hands busy. Try one of these. Cloud Captain never fails to cheer me up.
Oh, thanks, Gia.
She starts to flip through the pages as I leave, her eyes landing longer on the page with Cloud Captain's devilish smile.
Alright, Brooks Terrace in the arm of her obsessing over it, making sure it's not useless. Sometimes I wonder if she's talking to herself more than her arm.
Cress? The hole doesn't ask much of its residents. Stay quiet, don't draw attention, find comfort in the dark. Despite growing up in Aether in the Undercity, Cress Carter refused to abide. From behind a junker made more of rust than steel, 2 faintly glowing points rise. Cress appears, pale milky eyes already wary and fixed to joust.
Where's my baby, 8-Shot?
The low, angry rumble of the island's Aether generators shake the floor in protest of their nature-defying feat. I hope it stifles the sound of my pulse. This is news I don't want to break. I distinctly remember buying it from an Italian rug salesman and his well-armed mother. And you, where were you?
Yeah, don't remind me.
I think you were, what's the word, stuck, wedged, down the wrong chimney to the wrong back room. I still have the scars, you know, from when the shooting started.
Okay. But answer this. Just who fixes that thing every time you add new holes? Who ripped out that trash stock engine and gave you something that actually works? Who made it?
All right. Our baby, then. Cress, I've got some bad news. Her knuckles tense, gripping the air at her side like an invisible lifeline. I can't match her eyes, so I watch her hand strain in anticipation.
What's new? Not like there's any other type of news down here. Spit it out.
The car's gone. I let my guard down.
You lost it? You here then to beg for your life?
I need help getting it back. An iceberg lugged 3,000 miles from the North Pole and thrown in the corner wouldn't have made this room any colder. Cress, Look, I don't come empty-handed. Here, found this on one of my jobs.
You think you can bribe me with a Coleman Hawkins? Damn. Okay, I'm listening.
She's still out there. My guess is White Street. The thief was after something in a hidden compartment, and they won't get it open without help. White Street will take apart anything if they get to keep the parts.
I'm listening for an apology, Gia. That wasn't just your car. It was hours, days of my blood, sweat, and tears to make it work.
You think I don't feel bad enough as is? I'm sorry, Cress. It's this job I'm on. This client, some hotshot's after her. Same punk who took the car.
Apology accepted, if you get our baby back. Now, this job. I thought you were taking things easy still. Honestly, surprised you found work at all. It's only been a year since your uncle died. How you holding up?
Work's dried up. Even the easy jobs that no one wants. What I can get is barely enough to get by.
Have you considered calling in that favor Needles owes you? He's working in White Street now. Pretty sure he could get you a job if you need it. Here, he's been busy lately.
Needles? I'm not talking to that prick, not in 100 years. Not sure who would shoot first if we saw each other again. No, Cress, not him. Wait, are you keeping tabs on him?
You're not the only smuggler that's good at what they do. He's also one of the few who still runs in White Street. Aetherneers over there don't have many options, especially with that tyrant and his constant wars.
War in White Street wasn't new, and it wasn't worth the small talk, or the bad memories that come with it. It's this client. There's something off about her.
Off? How?
Can't place it yet. Too many questions. Doesn't help that she's from the Heights.
Well, there's your problem. Anyone who lives that high up has a screw loose. Not enough oxygen. Shouldn't trust any of those airheads.
I might have to if I want to get my car back.
Be careful out there, Gia.
Not right now, Cress. I just want to stay focused, find my car. I bet by now she's in the hands of some White Street chop shop. I need your help, Cress.
2 favors, then. A car, and I assume a lead in White Street.
Her eyes go distant. She never told me who she lost when White Street's Baron executed his last purge, but she disappeared for a week afterwards. When she finally returned, someone else walked around in Cress's leather shoes. She pulls out a pencil, scribbling a symbol on an old stale coffee filter plucked from the ground.
North White Street Harbor, Pier 9. Say I sent you. You'll find some Aetherneers who can help. Maybe. As for the car, got a lemon out back. Not much, but it's a start. Bring it around, and maybe I can get it working. Take these repair kits too, in case you get in a scrap.
Okay.
Thanks, Cress.
Yeah. Also, Gia, don't be an ass. I'll hear about it.
Repair vehicles. The stash. Okay. Scrap parts. Cooper's vehicle parts and scrap. Okay, we don't want to do any of this stuff yet. Let me go back.
I'd left the kid to get some rest. I returned to find her stainless shoes performing a precarious balancing act on my chair while her hands twirl the wall crank. What the hell are you doing?
Oh, Gia! I'm not used to having time on my hands, and I couldn't help but notice your plant wasn't getting enough light. I adjusted the height, and it should get up to 10% more exposure. I hope that was alright.
Next time, ask. Anyway, got transport and a lead. Let's head out.
Already?
We need to move fast if we even want a chance of finding my car and your briefcase in one piece. Best bet? We start with White Street.
Why there? Is it a smuggler thing?
It's a hunch. White Street's whole business is sanitation and recycling. You need something disposed of on the down low? That's where you go.
Alright. Boo. Mr. Throg, the salty old ferrymaster, limbs across the dock of his beloved tug with a stiff gait, seasoned skydog. Spotting me, he raises a hand in greeting. You enjoy captaining a ferry? It's my job. Come on, nobody does what you do for as long as you have. They don't love it, right? The old man's eyes are roomy with time and pain and loneliness like the open sky. Sure, miss. It's a wonder an old swab like me ever got to fly. So what's your story, anyways, miss? Like, were you born here? How'd you get into this ferry game? No, my family comes from Maine. Fishermen. That's how I learned to pilot a tug. What brought you to New York? Throg winces, like his gammy leg is giving him pain, or like I dredge up something from some dark depth, something he doesn't want to remember. Ah, well, that would be Ella May, my wife. You salty old dog, I didn't know you were married. I'm just having fun with the old boatman, just trying to raise a smile on that dour leather mid of a face, but I can see I've wounded him and I feel a twist of guilt. Long ago, miss, a really long time. I'll see you later. Take care now. Alright, so we need to get to White Street. Now arriving at First Point Ferry, White Street. Okay.
I don't believe in vengeful spirits. If they existed, White Street would have been torn from the sky in retribution for its decades of war. Instead, it stays floating to spite the dead, a withered shell of its former glory.
Nellie, I want you to watch me and stay
Why?
close.
Is something wrong?
Where would I find the time, kid? Or the heart to fill your head with graves of ash, islands on fire in the night, the thunder of war in the skies? That was years ago. But not yet.
Alright, so we're trying to get to here. Halt, the roads are closed until the demonstration's over. Exit your vehicle and line up for the parade. Oh, Gia, parade, let's go. If you do not comply, you'll be arrested.
Fine. I needed to stretch my legs anyhow. Like a dove on an updraft, the girl flutters off as soon as her heels hit the street, following the music and fanfare to the nearby parade. Hey, I said stay close!
Wowzers. I haven't been to one of these since I was young. Father took me to several, but those weren't as, serious. Where are the floats? The clowns? They're just soldiers. Are all parades in the lowers like this?
Just like this? No. Each baron has their own flavor of showboating to distract from how bleak life is down here. White Street's just eager to march and flash their guns around.
Something big must be going on. Do you know what's happening?
I'm not sure what this is. White Street has been bleeding territory, money, and men for over a decade in its wars with the surrounding barons. This should be a funeral march, not a celebration. Through a hail of ticker tape, I swerve past a waving arm to get a better look at the line of soldiers. Spotless uniforms, polished guns, a show of strength that White Street hasn't been able to afford in years. When did they fill their war chest? The cries of support echo emptily. The banners flow without enthusiasm. Like stone pushed through a sieve, the crowd forces out cheers for a devil clad in white.
Is that the Baron of White Street? He must be really popular.
That's Eli Tillinghast. Calls himself the General. They cheer because if they don't...
And the tyrants. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is an armored vehicle. That's not gonna do shit. Okay, he just collateral damaged a whole piece of crowd. Dumbass.
One hot blast of light was all it took to disappear a crowd, stunning onlookers like a twisted magic trick. Instead of applause, cries of panic and a stampede of feet clapped the pavement, while a few onlookers run from the scene. My feet are 2 steps after them before my senses yank me by the shoulders. Eli Tillinghast doesn't tolerate desertion from anyone. The crowd seconds from dissolving into a frenzied swarm. If I don't grab the kid and move, we're going to get trampled flat. However, we're saved by an unlikely savior.
Hold!
The Baron of White Street stands, gloved hand extended. Despite fear and panic, the crowd obeys, frozen in place by a gentle, assuring gesture.
Let the procession continue.
The music starts back up, and the world moves on Eli's command. Coerced cheers rush to fill terrified silence, while marching boots blot out the scorched earth.
The days where White Street bled tirelessly to save a debaucherous world have come to an end. We will bleed no longer. Our enemies will tremble before a weapon they cannot resist, a weapon they cannot overcome. We will demand our rightful place in the sun and rid the shadow of chaos from the lowers. We are just. We are strong. We are unsullied.
He pumps his fist and the crowd answers with a deafening cheer. With all eyes back on the General and his grisly procession, I look for Nellie.
Alright. She's over here. Just beside the destruction. Destruction like that, with weapons like these, they would reclaim everything we've lost, bringing the whole damn city back to the war. God help us.
Oh, no! That weapon, Red Aether, wasn't to ever... Oh, Gia, those people. Those poor people.
You recognize it? What the hell was that thing, Nellie?
It was never supposed to get out. Never. How did it get out? How?
She buries herself in her hands, breathing hard, wishing with every strained muscle that this nightmare would end. A part of me wants to join her.
I can't stay here, Gia. We have to go.
We can't. Not without attracting serious attention. You saw what happened. If we get caught sneaking out, we'll get shot.
Gia, please.
The kid's bloodless face moves me to glance down the procession line. The tail end's in sight, but the miserable sound from the girl has me second-guessing how long her nerves will hold.
Okay.
Nellie, look at me. Talk to me. Just tell me what that was.
That weapon used Red Aether, Gia. A highly volatile, highly experimental version of Aether. It's very powerful, but also very unstable. But Red Aether wasn't supposed...
Nothing more than an empty expression. The kid climbs up tighter than a 10-inch steel vise.
We have to wait the parade out. Hold on just a while longer.
I understand.
The sound of lockstep boots thumping asphalt finally fades into the corpse-stained wind. And the crowd, released from their mandated joy, finally begins to disperse. Silence finds its way back into the world. All at once, the poor kid's nerves crumble like a paper cup, spilling her insides all over the now vacant street. Take it easy, kid. Slow breaths, all right?
Let's get out of here. Now, please.
Yeah, we're done. Enough distance passes that ash and screams and a bright, hot light start fading into a bad memory. Nellie breaks the silence.
Is White Street always this... awful?
Often enough. White Street's never shied away from putting down opposition with violence. Never heard of them using a weapon like that, though.
But those were their people. He's supposed to be the Baron. Isn't he supposed to listen to their concerns? What about due process?
Look, kid. It might work that way upstairs, but not here. The only word that matters down here is the Barons, and in White Street, the chain of command's everything. If Eli says we're going to war, you either fall in line, or you're an enemy.
One might have been bad, but the others were simply calling for peace. Where's the harm in that?
White Street tried the whole peace thing a few years ago. Someone blew them to bits during peace talks. That's not something they'll ever forget.
Alright.
It's around here somewhere, hidden. What was that symbol?
Are we really going into the Undercity? Will the Aether Rats let us, or are the stories true? You don't think they'll throw us off the island, do you?
Which stories we talking about?
Well, the ones in the papers? I've never met an Aether Rat, so I honestly don't know how much of it is true or not. However, they're supposed to be benevolent, aren't they? They keep our islands in the sky, and in exchange, they get the Undercity, but everyone knows that. I've heard they generally keep to themselves. Except when outsiders sneak into their tunnels. Also, their eyes all turn into a unique shade of pale blue. They glow, too, from what I've read. Like Aether. There are journals that theorize why, but nothing concrete. Or always pleasant.
Madonna. The kid's understanding is as accurate as a stained mirror. Better clear things up before we go in. Look, you can't rely on the stories you read in the papers. You want to avoid getting grounded? Don't call them Aether Rats. They're Aethaniers, and they're good people. I'm guessing you've never met one?
No. There were rules. We weren't really supposed to interact with them. Or see them.
They don't want to be seen down here either. Too many people can't stand the idea that an island floats or sinks on the whim of an Aethanier. Figure a good rat is a scared rat.
They've done it before, haven't they? I've read of islands crashing because of Aether repulsor failure that could only be possible by sabotage.
And blow themselves up out of spite? No island falls without a Baron behind it and a list of dead Aethaniers trying to stop it. The world down here isn't one you'll find in your books. Keep that in mind. Now, where's that door?
Alright, well, it was this symbol.
Careful strokes of paint form an innocuous symbol of a rat matching the sketch Cress gave me. This is the right place.
Shopping for trouble? Or just sightseeing real close?
Jeepers! Gia?
A pauper. One of the murderous specters slithering freely through every pipe, waiting to brutalize passers-by. If you listen to the stories. Scary as he is, he's more sentinel than specter. Looking for you, actually. We're friends of Cress Carter. She sent us to ask about a missing car.
Cress Carter?
Strange. Cress's name should mean something. Either he's greener than he looks or he doesn't trust my word. I might need something to loosen his tongue. If he knows more about Cress than what he's saying, there's gotta be a crack in his mask. I reach back for anything to respond with. Something that Cress may have said about a relationship with White Street's Aethaniers. I find something. Heard from Cress she helped your Undercity take apart a bus. Had to disassemble it piece by piece to fit it through the door. Nearly snapped her arm strap on the radiator.
A bus? Not wrong, it was a...
The Sentinel immediately slams down on his traitorous tongue. If it were a few words sooner, it might have kept his secret. What was that you said? Cress Carter, Silence. Madonna, I wish I could see behind that mask. He could have been planning vengeance or compliance. I don't find out which until he pounds the space behind him.
And watch yourself.
He melts back into the industrial decay behind him, never once taking his eyes off us. His disembodied voice echoing out one last time.
Or you'll see us again real soon.
Every darkened cranny becomes a potential peephole while we stand there. Like walking to confession blindfolded in a packed cathedral. I can feel hundreds of unseen eyes watching. waiting for a single misstep.
He gave me the heebie-jeebies. Do you think he...
She's interrupted by a gush of stale air riding the echoes of countless thumping Aether machines.
Okay.
Topsiders? Why are you here? Hurry, out with it, we're busy.
Let's see if Harold lets them through.
Well, it's been wrong before.
Hello, I'm Maria. This is my husband, Alexander.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Nellie. This is Gia. We're not here to bother you while you work on... Oh, is that part of an Aether substructure power converter? I've always wondered about the older infrastructure.
Nellie, that's not why we're...
Right. Gia's friend, Cress, she's an Aethanier also. She sent us here because we need your help to find this car of ours that has some important stuff hidden away inside.
Too desperate, too vulnerable. I lob a cough towards Nellie, hoping she'd quit her rambling so I could get a word in.
Cress sent you? That girl. Fine, let's hear it.
You and Cress close?
We're Aether rats. We're all related. One big happy family.
Lexi, don't be an ass. They're Cress's friends. At least be nice for her sake.
She's running around with all these topsiders causing trouble. And now she risks the three of us. She should know better.
It's a subtle movement. Alexander sends an involuntary glance towards Maria's abdomen before matching my eyes. I couldn't be sure if he was angrier that I caught him, or that he slipped something so personal. These tunnels...
They're so big. Where did they go? Everywhere? Can you get to any part of the island from here? Have you ever gotten lost?
I've known too many smugglers who've disappeared trying to find their way through Aether rat tunnels. Success promises an unseen and untraceable smuggling route. Failure costs you your life.
No. Aether rats don't get lost. We can smell our way through miles of...
Lexi, would you cut that out, please? It's an innocent enough question.
This tunnel can get you through most of the barrier. If you know where you are going. But don't try it. You'll end up stuck in the dark or taking a one-way trip to old New York.
A 35 Chimera. Dumped recently. Have you seen anything? Alexander breaks his scowl with an impish eye and a cracked smile. He knows exactly what we want, and he is going to wring us dry for it.
Maybe. We'll need something in return, though.
Yeah, of course he does.
Eli's new war means that all non-essential requisitions are delayed. That includes water filtration equipment for the Undercity. Now, our water is becoming Aether-tainted.
We can't afford any more of us getting sick. Eli's terriers are already forcing longer and longer shifts to compensate with fewer numbers.
It's terrible. Of course we'll help. We'll get you everything you need. How do we...
Hang on a sec. Before we agree to anything, I need to know what we're getting into. How much is this info going to cost me?
Water filtration pods, new ones. 1 or 2 crates should do the trick. The more the better.
Aethaniers should have priority. But Eli's leaving you without water?
Should be, but the Baron, his quartermaster, says the war means less for us and more for the army.
He's a good man at heart. We have leeway with him more than with the other officers, but...
Latsuko's a soldier, not a man. He's choked us from the supplies we need for years. Now, with the war, he has every excuse to squeeze tighter.
How'd any part of White Street lose out on clean water? I thought that's all Eli cared about, aside from his wars.
Our water is kept separate from the rest of the Baron's supply. That way, terriers can reward us with clean water if we run low.
With our own supply of fresh water becoming smaller, we have to use water tainted by ether use or find ways to make the terriers give us extra.
Why would Eli risk the lives of his Aethaniers? You keep his islands afloat. If you all start falling sick, his islands are going to start dropping too.
That's a very good point.
We've asked his terriers the same question. All we get back is, get back to work.
You'll have those parts. But I'll want to know where my car is as soon as we're back.
We have a deal. Thank you.
Don't trust the quartermaster. And watch yourself around the scrapyard. It's a dangerous place.
Alright. Gia? The man leans forward, grabbing my arm and pulling me in close, out of earshot of his wife. Do not bring any heat back here. If you risk the safety of my family, then you can consider your car lost for good. Here, the address you used to house a friend of the rats. It's empty now. Use it to lie low if you can't help yourself from getting into trouble. Alex releases a stone grip and slips paper into my hand. Nellie takes this quick, hushed intercession as a desperate request for success.
Got everything you need. I promise.
Poor kid. She has no idea.
Alrighty. Among the fleet of crates, I spy one out of step. Whoever nailed this one shut has done a hack job, leaving behind a wobbly lid and a crack just big enough for a finger. We did it. Alright, I stick my hand into the maw, angling past jagged slivers and crooked nail until I find a solid grip. I pull, fighting the groaning, shuddering lid, and it gives way with a pop. We have contraband. That might be fun. It also might be a bad idea, but... Last remaining guilds in the White Street or anything resembling a union died out in the last purge, or maybe it was a few purges ago. I've lost track. Alright. So we gotta go to the scrap quartermaster's office. And this. Alright, I had to take a slight break there for some Halloween stuff. Okay. So where were we? We were going back to quartermasters. Yes, we were going to the scrap quarter office. Oh, we got an encounter. We're stopped at a checkpoint manned by White Street officers whose sneers are tighter than their uniforms. I get the feeling these are no shift clocking slubs. All white caps stink like rotten pork, but these ones seem to be wrapped in fancier dumplings. If I had to guess, White Street Intelligence, General Eli's secret police.
Oh boy.
You said it, just keep cool. After a moment of tense quiet, they wave us through. Alright, move along. Apparently we're not the particular field mice these hawks are hunting for. I'm not about to give them a second chance to swoop. As we burn ether and leave them behind, I let out a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding.
I hope that won't be a problem on the way back.
If the lifeblood of White Street is industrial refuse, then the scrapyard is its beating heart. From his steel parapet overlooking the yard, the quartermaster governs this realm of rubble with determination.
Alright. Like a scrapyard, the quartermaster's in a perpetual state of activity. Maybe a nice turkey club once in a while might have resulted in a few gray hairs for the old soldier.
I spot a crate of water filter parts inside the quartermaster's office. Can't lift him while he's standing there, though.
The quartermaster is a decorated veteran and displays his war memorabilia with pride. Strikes me as odd from what I've heard about the Philippines. Wouldn't you want to forget?
Not while he's here.
Okay, let's go.
The quartermaster would have a friendly, likable face if it wasn't lined with the stress and fatigue of a lifetime of devotion to Eli. It's clear as we approach he's neglecting 7 other things by talking to us. Sergeant Major Lutzko? I'm Gia Rendazzo, and this is Nellie.
Pleasure, girls. Sorry about the state of things around here. I don't often host such fine company. What brings you to the scrapyard?
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. You see, we're looking for...
Just a few minutes of your time, then we'll get out of your hair. Sir, how do you get along with the Aetherians in White Street?
They keep to their own mostly, and that's fine by me. Why?
Well, they're not getting the supplies they need to survive, you see.
And you're what, they're lawyers or something?
His eyelid twitches. He's getting impatient already. Look, we don't want to waste your time. You got a job to do, and so do we. We're here to make sure the Aetherians get what they need. Can you help?
Barely.
He sighs and wipes his brow, like a boxer who just learned that the fix is in.
It's always something with those people. Ugh. What are they whining
They
about
need
this
parts
time?
to repair a water filtration system.
Yeah, well, it's wartime. Supplies are tight all around. You know what? I'm going to be really busy in my office for a while. Stuck staring at paperwork. I assume you can show
It
yourself
isn't
out.
permission. The old bastard would kill me if we ever ended up on opposite sides of a fight. But it's a chance. We can. Thank you, sir. So I take it you served with General Tillinghast, is that right? Where were you posted?
Yeah, the Philippines tough tour. Wouldn't have made it without the general. Saved my sorry hide more times than I care to count. Ah, but you don't want to hear all about
I think
that.
you must have been very brave to do what you did. And it's plain to see you and the general are very close. He's lucky to have you around, I think.
You're sweet as a Georgia peach. Yeah. Thanks, Missy. He's an extraordinary man. Real visionary,
And
you know?
what's he envisioning for White Street exactly?
The general's been beating back the Huns at our gates for as long as anyone can remember. You mark my words, ladies. These islands will never fall. One day they'll be shinier than the heights.
Stars fill the old soldier's eyes, a proud stiffness rejuvenating his weary frame. Talking about his boss transforms him into a younger and more zealous figure. It's almost tender, in a strange, skin-crawling kind of way. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by,
With a
ladies.
forced smile, he picks up a clipboard and walks off, shouting orders down at machine operators, and leaving us to look out over the yard alone. The gangway behind us squeals under a heavy step, and I turn to see a black-clad stiff trying to pass us a counterfeit smile. He puts down a half-drunk carton of milk and goose steps into our path, ever so politely blocking our exit.
Good afternoon. Intelligence Officer Randall Pitt. And you are?
His feet are welded to the iron below, and the pins on his jacket identify him as one of the highest-ranking hogs in the White Street pen. There's no moving this one unless he wants to move. Gia Randazzo, and this is my sister, Nell.
A pleasure, madams. And what, may I ask, is the purpose of your meeting with Quartermaster Lutzko today?
What's it to you, Mac? The officer's eyes flick upward, scanning my face with the practiced arrogance of a bully who's never had to throw a single punch. I return his gaze with a frosted steel stare of my own.
Miss Randazzo, was it? Just a few questions and you can be on your way. No need for you to escalate this.
His reptilian eyes flick from me to Nellie, greedily drinking in her details. This one's the type to seek out power and authority purely as an excuse to start fires wherever he wants. And he's oily enough to be a hazard around any open flame. We were just hoping Lutzko could help us find something.
And what is it you're hoping to find?
Excuse me, but don't you think that's a bit personal?
It was a waste of time. We changed our minds anyhow.
Ah, of course. That's too bad. Anyway, listen to me prattle on. I get flustered when faced with such ravishing beauty, you see. For sisters, you don't look that much alike. Do people tell you that often?
Oh, he's loving this. Savoring every second like we're a pair of potato knish, fresh out of the oven. Which means, of course, he's about to bite.
I trust a pair of such good little New York girls would promptly report it if they were made aware of any illicit activity on the part of Sergeant Major Lutzko. Correct?
What do you mean, illicit?
Oh, you know, illegal, wrong, things that would demand a transfer of leadership here into more capable hands. Anything he shouldn't be doing.
How would I know what he should or shouldn't be doing? His smile flashes in and out of existence so quick, you could argue it never happened. In an instant, his officious familiarity vanishes.
How charming. Now, you and your sister can testify to what you know, or we can take this up with General Tillinghast. Your choice.
Doesn't take a genius to figure Lutzko's into something dirtier than his own soot-stained uniform. I share a look with Nellie, whose sparkling eyes are relying on me to navigate us out of these shark-infested waters. What's he in trouble for, anyway?
Treason, malfeasance, embezzlement. Supplies deemed vital to the war effort have disappeared, only to be found later on the black market, or in the possession of degenerates.
He didn't need to specify which degenerates he was referring to. Apparently rats wasn't cruel enough.
The punishment for which is death, of course, by grounding.
Grounding? Is that...
Yeah, kid. The long drop and the sudden stop.
It's justice, my dear. Traders pay their deficit in loyalty with blood.
I'll tell you what I don't know. Why I've never met you before. Promoted recently? A hungry look comes over him, like a fox delighted by the rabbit who dares to fight back.
I pride myself on subtlety, my dear. Nobody knows I'm around, unless I want them to.
How nice for us. He's inching closer, and his military-issue aftershave doesn't do much to mask the fetid milk stink of his breath. I maintain the distance between us. Not rude, but not too subtle either. He squints, unsmiling.
Let's get back to the topic at hand, shall we?
Look, pal, we just met the guy. Do whatever you want, it's got nothing to do with us. Now we got business to take care of, so if you don't mind... A sneer paints itself slowly across the officer's mug. If he had an angle, he'd use it. But he doesn't.
Very well. It was a distinct pleasure. Till we meet again.
Oh, thank you, officer. Goodbye!
He peels himself out of our path as slowly and painfully as an overglued bandage on a fresh wound. With a final colorless smile, he turns towards the quartermaster's office. Inside, Let's Go spots him, and the old man's Adam's apple bounces like a kid on a trampoline.
Okay.
Just out of reach.
I don't think I like that Officer Pitt very much.
That's only because you've got working eyes and ears. Stay away from him, all right?
You don't have to tell me twice.
Still, seems to me we've got options.
We do?
Well, whether we play it the quartermaster's way, or throw him under Pitt's repulsors, you and I still come out with the parts for Alexander and Maria.
I see. But what'll happen to the scrapyard if the quartermaster's arrested by White Street Intelligence?
You never know. Let's Go seems all right, but he's not exactly running a tight ship here. With someone like Pitt in charge, the Aetherians might get more reliable supplies.
Or might get screwed if he's the one really stealing and trying to undermine the other guy.
But then the restrictions imposed on them may get even worse. Boy, there aren't any easy answers in the lowers, are there?
You catch on fast for an academic.
Gia, the water filtration pieces we need, where do they originate from?
Well, White Street reuses whatever they can. Old coffee makers, radiator grills. If you can find it down in the burrows, then you pile it onto the beanstalk and it gets carted up here.
Oh, of course. Well, then it's simple, isn't it? We just go there and grab some supplies while they're in transit.
I must be giving her a real scorcher of a look, because she blushes pinker than a spring tulip. You're suggesting we raid a cargo shipment. You're suggesting we steal something?
Well, it's a solution, isn't it? I'm trying to get into the lower spirit.
The embarrassment and excitement fighting for real estate on her face have me this close to throwing an arm around her shoulders and tussling her hair. Let's go, Principessa.
Okay. Main law is the constant noisy motion of cacophony of combustion engines and sparkling steel. When you look past the grime, it's a place of ferocious efficiency and discipline. The massive cargo elevator locals call the Beanstalk is one of the last remnant of pre-ether tech relying on grit machinery and braided steel to plunder the refuse of the old world. So there and there. I'm supposed to go... Okay. So we have Liberty Auto. We have 3 scrap places we can go. Scrapyard, Scrapyard, or Scrapyard. Liberty Auto. Threat
A
high.
busted chunk of
Oh, I
an
didn't want to go
island's
down there.
underside rusts
Threat was
in the
high.
sun, laying precariously on a crushed tenement building. Broken detritus and snapped cabling hangs down close to the street.
Oh, this is perfect! See that? If that old Aether repulsor's not damaged, the parts could easily be repurposed for water filtration.
Once we're parked, she runs off and gets to work.
Well, start over there with the equalizer piping.
Damned if I know what equalizer piping is. But I follow her finger and start pulling at some ceramic hose. Her approving nod tells me I'm on the right track. And after a few minutes of work, she turns to me and grins. We load up our scrap and head out.
Okay.
We load up our scrap and head out. There's no mistaking the throaty grumble of a scrapper rig on the prowl, all sizzling oil and sparking ozone. Many scrappers are perfectly decent people just trying to survive. I can tell without looking that ain't the case with this one.
Couple of floaters all alone, eh? Easy pickings. Hey, we staked our claim on the scrap. Say nothing. Say nothing at all. Which one am I? Civilian, I'm up here. Go back here. Fine, we'll go there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, applesauce! Look what you done to my fenders!
Oh.
You all right?
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you. You really... You grew up with those people?
A different time, kid. A different life.
I didn't want to hit the... Uh-oh. Brass knuckles, scrap engine, and some scrap metal. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so if I go to my inventory... No. In the vehicles inventory... Alright. Red high. Red high. I guess I can go here. For a moment, I think I'm seeing things. Look, the scrap pile is moving all by itself until I spot the dark shapes of street urchins on the surface. Like flies gnawing at a steak left out in the sun. Hey, see anything around here we can use for water filtration?
I'm not sure they'll be familiar with that sort of terminology, Gia. What about...
You mean like mechanical or the fancy carbon type? I didn't see none today, but Spunky found a whole box of rubber flanges today. Or yesterday. No cracks or nothing. You want it, you gotta pay. I'm too busy enjoying the shock on Nellie's face to notice the White Street Patrol car pull around into the blind spot. You ain't authorized to be here. Fair's fair, okay, but if it doesn't work, I'm coming back. It'll work, promise. Not what they're looking for, but it'll come in handy. Alright, enough. I'll use clear out. Now do I have any inventory space left? Not really, so maybe I should just head back, right? We need to get to the scrapyard with the Aetherites relying on those parts. So I gotta hit all three. Fine, I gotta do all three.
This is the closest to the burrows I've been in years. If I look off the edge, I might even be able to see where I was born. I keep my distance.
Gia, what's that?
She points out the passenger window at the dark shape of a scrapper clunker, its burnished surface glinting as it swoops down to intercept us. Its markings, from grease-splashed like war paint across the hood to the scars and gouges of previous fights, suggest a high rank. That is who we're here to find. As the car pulls up alongside us, an even and untroubled voice squawks out at us.
Hello there. Looking for some little bird?
He didn't open the dialogue by opening fire, so I take that as an encouraging sign. Nellie's looking at me expectantly. I better choose my words carefully as we pull over. I'm not here to steal from anybody. I'll pay for what I claim. I'm looking for water filter parts. Got any on you?
Matter of fact, I do have something that might work in a pinch.
Alright, so what we're gonna have to do... Alright.
Guess we go our separate ways then.
Fine by me. You be careful out there.
His engine roars as he peels away, and I hear Nellie exhale next to me.
I don't think Mr. Quartermaster is going to be happy with us.
Can't please everyone, kid.
Was I supposed to kill him? Intelligence officers swarm every path out of the scrapyard, their black uniforms dotting the landscape like spots on a coal-black Dalmatian. There's so many, Gia. There's no getting through that without staining the dress of yours. We'll have to go back to Pitt if we want to get out of here alive.
When we pull up to the quartermaster's office, there's a troop of secret police attending Lutzko and Pitt inside. Neither one looks pleased to be sharing the same air with the other.
I suppose this is what they call the moment of truth?
You suppose right. How do you want to play it? She looks surprised, as though she didn't expect me to source an opinion. You want to learn how things work in the lowers, Doctor? There's the tough choice and the tougher choice. So choose.
Well, as I said, I'm not exactly well-versed in White Street military politics, and I've only gathered minimal data on the relevant parties so far. There are other considerations too, like...
No, you're overthinking it. What does your gut tell you?
It tells me we should help the quartermaster. even if times are tough for Alexander and Maria. I can't see them improving if that pitman takes control here.
She's not wrong. But she doesn't know the kind of suffering a man like Lutzko can cause, even if he means well. She's never lived a life where you can happily choose a pit, knowing at least there'll be food on your table. No easy way out. There never is. I open the door to the office, and the Whitecaps look up expectantly.
Ladies, you're back. I was just...
Ah, the Randazzo sisters. How very good to see you again.
Oof, barely.
You realize you have a serious scrapper problem in White Street, right? They're practically on your doorstep, but you're too busy shaking down your own officers to notice. Intelligence Officer Pitt regards us as one might the brown patch on their recently chomped apple.
Thank you for your candor, Miss Randazzo. We'll look into it. Well, Sergeant Major, I suppose that about wraps it up for today.
Then, suddenly, he's all smiles, acting for all the world as though we're just finishing a convivial tea luncheon. His tone is the only thing that's pleasant about him as he leans in.
If we meet again, Miss Randazzo, our conversation won't be nearly as pleasant as today's.
He gestures to his goon squad and they tromp out. Lutzko wipes his brow. We bought the old soldier some breathing room, for all the good it'll do. But we're also on Pitt's blacklist. We'll have to watch our backs in this barony from now on.
Wait. No, we're gonna leave.
Gia, things got a bit hot back there, didn't they?
I got 1 point. What do I want to use it on? More smooth talking? More strategy? Or should I improve something else? Maybe I should do this. Grease monkey. So I can get a little bit of mechanics. I have a feeling I should stick to my... Assume my mechanic lady might give me a grease monkey. 1 part smarts, 1 part hustle. We'll go back to smarts. We'll lean into the stuff I got. Oh. I'm running with too much heat, and with people like this, I can't risk spreading it to Alex and Maria. We need to pull over, lie low, and let the Whitecaps move on. There's a place nearby.
I think we should visit that safe house Maria told us about. She did say we might need it.
Okay. That's not what she said, but okay.
She's nervous and she doesn't know what to expect next. That doesn't make her wrong, though.
Okay, well that's also not what she said. We gotta go over here. You read my mind, kid. It's a grubby ground floor room in an abandoned tenement. The building's ghosts peer out at us from the woodwork. I see Nellie dodge a shattered Lex fixture tiptoeing around the glass
This
shards.
is the place?
You're expecting the Ritz? It's quiet, kid. That's what counts. Where is my heat? Here? Oh, okay, I'm infamous. Lay low. Mints play together as lights outside tracing arc across the floor. We're back to 0 heat. I might as well try. Yeah, we didn't find anything. That's this place to be picked clean, but there's nothing clean about it. It's empty
Is
and
it safe
spent.
now? Can we leave?
Yeah, drink it in, kid. You won't be seeing this place again. checkpoint's still abuzz with angry white street wasps. The stinger is twitching in search of some flesh. Traffic grinds to stop. Soldiers and intelligence officers... Uh-oh. Okay. Casing used car for contraband. After a tense chit-chat with a few guards liberally aided by Nellie's sweet smile, they wave us through. Open the gate, this one's free to pass.
Somehow, the place looks even rougher than it did only a few hours ago. There's a pall in the air as thick as the smog. Alexander and Maria catch sight of us and head over, dropping the goggles from their stained faces and treating us to some weak but earnest smiles.
You're back. Do you have what we asked for?
I'm happy to say we were able to retrieve some excellent parts for you. Here you are.
The kid magnanimously hands over the scrap, with all the pomp of a mayor handing out the key to the city. I can do you one better. I hand over the extra parts we managed to scrounge up. Maria accepts them graciously, and Alexander puts a hand on my shoulder. His dirty cheeks are already lined where he's been crying.
I can't tell you what this means. Things have been hard. Our nephew,
His words freeze in his throat, and Maria puts a consoling arm around him.
Thank you, Gia.
And our deal?
We're true to our word. Poppers spotted a car matching your description by Hero's Arch, past the commercial district at the island's edge. Should still be there. I should tell you, though.
It's all right. Thank you. Next to me, the kid is wilted like a balloon with all the air let out. Her pretty little life in the Heights hasn't prepared her for this. She's had a double shot of reality, with no chaser.
Here, we want you to have this. Not much, but you really stuck your necks out for us, and we look after our own.
Thank you. And good luck.
To you as well.
He bites something back, tight-lipped, but his eyes say it all. Usable scrap wasn't all we gave them today. We reminded him that not all outsiders are pinstriped jackals with a pen in their hand and gold in their smile.
Okay. So if I look at my inventory, I no longer have any contraband. Okay, the glove box is hidden. Oh. Okay. Back we go. Now we gotta go get our car, which is supposedly up here. I'm doing well keeping a low profile, but today it's not enough. A white street card flags me down and flashes lights. I pull over, and a young, self-important white cap approaches my window. What seems to be the problem, officer?
Don't play coy, miss. I just saw you toss something out of your vehicle. Was that a cigarette butt? Contraband?
He hooks a thumb through the belt loop of his trousers, smug like the schoolyard bully.
You'll have to pay the fine on this here ticket, or we'll have a problem.
I give the guard a cursory look. He rocks back on his heels absent-mindedly. Slinging tickets to fill a quota's gotta be a dull post. If I had to guess, this guy's way behind. Slow day,
What?
huh? That's why you're stopping me. You gotta fill that quota no matter what, right?
I'm not sure I like what you're suggesting, miss.
Sure, I'm asking to eat up. I flash the officer an easy smile and give him a small shrug in response. I get it. You've got a quota and I don't envy you for it. Bet General Eli doesn't appreciate how hard it is to hand those out when it gets quiet out here, huh? His tough guy act melts in an instant faster than ice on hot cavemen.
Actually, you know, never mind. You're pretty sharp, and you're not wrong.
Take it from me, pal. There's still trouble out there if you're looking for it, but all the same, I appreciate not paying a fine for trouble I wasn't in.
That's plenty fair. Sorry about the stop, miss.
No harm done. The officer jogs back to his cruiser with his tail between his legs. Looks like I'm free to go. Alright.
My whole livelihood sits there abandoned, abused, and torched beyond recognition. Kept company only by effigies to the long dead. The smell of my burnt future still lingers in the cold air.
Oh, Gia, your car! I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
The vandal who took my car apart was more butcher than surgeon, ripping out the hidden compartments and leaving a gaping hole where Nellie's briefcase had been stored. Kid. She runs forward, hoping that every desperate scavenger in a 5-mile radius had somehow missed the briefcase. They hadn't.
No!
I suddenly feel like I'm outside my own body, looking down from above at this odd, tawdry sight. A scientist and a smuggler, hunched over the gutted corpse of a flashy import roadster. Ain't a comic panel been printed with a scene as strange as this. I nudge Nellie, motioning for her to follow me towards the edge of the island, overlooking the lowers.
Amid the forgotten and decayed, I almost dismiss the rotting crate as another corpse, until a glint of light calls me. Colored glass peaks gaps, not the kind you usually find in White Street. Ah, just short. I lift the crate, waterlogged wood and molding straw fills my lungs. While fighting for air, I fumbled at the bottom, tears like aged parchment. In one careless gesture, I lose an easy payday as several bottles of whiskey ground themselves against concrete. Damn. Can't bring our baby back. Maybe I can do the next best thing. Ooh. Salvage something from the wreckage? Oh, well, at least we can take... Ooh, I can't. I should have put it into grease muggy. Oh, well, the metal's gone. The cavity's got it. Aw. You almost got us out of this hellhole, baby. Looks like I'm hitching the rest of the way.
She somberly shuffles over before taking a seat next to me. Our legs dangle over the edge like a set of old, tarnished garden chimes.
I thought it'd be beautiful up close. Is that silly?
Huh?
The well. I've seen it so many times from the Institute, obviously, but I thought when I came down in person... I don't know. I guess I expected something different.
In the lowers, kid, things rarely go the way you expect. We gaze out at that hateful storm cloud, and I realize I do see a sort of severe, intense beauty in it. Like the ocean, maybe. Or what I imagine the ocean is like up close. What is it, anyway?
The well? It's a unique gravitational phenomenon. I theorize it's a byproduct of excessive industrial aether production, but the data is still unclear.
Punishment for our sins?
Last week, I would have scoffed at that. Today, I don't even know what I know anymore. Maybe it is.
Look, you can't carry the world on your shoulders, kid. We do what we can, and when we can't anymore, well, there's always wind skipping. She turns to me, confused. I reach into a deep coat pocket and pull out a handful of flat stone shards, eyeing them for the proper shape and size. My Zio taught me, when days were bad or boring or too hot or too cold or too anything, we'd throw stones together. The trick is to time it with the updraft. Watch this. The shard catches the wind and flies into the sky before disappearing into the noise of the city. Nellie's eyes brighten.
Isn't that a bit dangerous?
Nellie takes a few stones from my hand, giving them a clinical eye. She winds back for a throw, but hesitates, glancing over at me. I mime a proper throw, flicking my wrist so she can copy me. She follows my lead, practicing a few times before tossing it into the draft. It ain't much of a throw, but I have to hand it to the kid. She times it perfectly, and that stone flies better than any bird.
Well, what do you know? I do feel a bit better.
See? Nice throw, kid.
Thanks! Not that difficult, once you factor in mass times force. Accounting for the wind, of course.
All right, easy there. You ain't pitching for the Metro Maniacs just yet. We sit in silence a little longer, before the wind begs me to say something. What's so special about that briefcase of yours?
Oh, I've been tracking the growth patterns of the well for some time. Recently, the etheric charge in the storm band spiked, building in both intensity and atmospheric disturbance.
I shook my weight into her shoulder, rolling my head and then my eyes. Come on, kid, you're gonna have to bore me to death after a day like today.
Something recently made the well stronger. Much stronger. If I can stop that, I might be able to stop the well from consuming the lowers altogether.
You're serious, aren't you? You really think you can fix it?
Yes, but without my notes, I'll have to start again, collect some more data. I remember most of the model, but recreating some of the theorems will take time.
Well, that settles it. We're not done yet, kid. Those notes of yours, pretty sure they were taken. And I'm not going to soil my reputation by losing a client's property. We just need to fix up our clunker to find them.
Oh, you mean it, Gia? That's wonderful news. Thank you. We need something better than clunker. If she's gonna help us save the lower, she needs a real name.
She does look like a block of cheese. Or a sponge. A honeycomb, maybe? I can see her gears spinning up again, and I decide to let her run. We could both use the distraction.
Honeybee it is. You're right, spin hard enough she kind of looks like a honeycomb. But that's no name for a car. How about honeybee?
I love it! You think we could find any yellow paint? Something bright? Or would that draw too much attention? The bad kind, I mean.
As we stand under the gloom of the well, the world somehow manages to look just a tiny bit brighter.
I think your uncle was right earlier. The wind skipping did help. Thanks, Principessa.
Trying out a little Italian? We'll work on it. Something easier.
But you call me that? I should be able to call you something.
I've already got a name, kid. But let me know if you think of anything.
Soft fragrance bites past the breeze, and I realize the girl's wearing perfume, vanilla and rose. Heights smells as foreign down here as good dentistry or hope. I feel a weird surge of pity for the poor pampered kid and a tiny acid kick of jealousy. Last time I did this, Needles and I were fighting again. Couldn't hurl a rock in his smug face, so the empty sky had to do it. Neither of them deserved it.
Let's head home, kid.
Crumbled remains White Street's last purge, and the red flash burn. I shut my eyes, and the ozone sting in my nostrils. I feel history repeating itself. Anything else? No. Go back to Cress. I'm getting used to Honeybee's quirks, namely compensating for disastrous alignment. I hear a sharp intake of breath from Nellie. My eyes dark to the rear view and I see him again, that tall, rangy shadow riding hard toward us like a bandit in the night. Shadow pulls up next to us and I swear on Zio's headstone I felt the temperature drop. His gaze is splint and his smile is poised and I squeeze the wheel to steady myself. I've been awful rude, never introduced myself. Name's Tobias Dufresne. Didn't ask, Slime. You're about 3 seconds before I ram you into a building.
Leave us alone!
Be glad to oblige, Missy, but I'm being paid handsomely to bring you back home to Olympus Park, and I aim to earn my pay. Come along now. Like hell. You there, the area's off limits to civilians. Disperse immediately. Here's your chance to run. You'd like that, wouldn't you? It was you. You torched my car. Precious to you, was it? I expect little Miss is hoping to get her papers back, too. Don't worry, darling. They're in good hands.
My research? Give it back! And that's doctor to you!
Apologies, but if you won't come quietly, well... I said disperse, final warning. Jumping road gaps. Okay. So, civilian, 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 civilian. To France. Uh-oh. Oh.
Cruising for a bruising.
Uh-oh. That's the annoying cabbie. Hey. Oh. Oh. That's not good. That's it, you're under arrest by the order of General Tillinghast. Damn it, soldier boy, get on my way. Now's our chance. Whitecaps jump on Dufresne's sleek Corvette like a tub of starched pigs tackling a raven. With bullets and cuss words fly, so do we, and he clocks our escape with a furious shout. You ain't seen the last of me. Here I'm coming for you, Miss Doctor. Okay, so we got a shotgun, an armor buster, light armor, and a nitro. Uh-oh. Sale price 21. I already have a shotgun. I can use the basic repair kit and then take it. Okay, and then we want to go back here.
I better let Cress know what happened to the Chimera. Cress greets us, shoulders square, arms crossed, a woman bracing for impact. She must have figured something was wrong when I didn't pull up with our baby.
You find her?
She was gutted. Nothing left to salvage. Expecting the hit doesn't make it hurt any less. Her shoulders fall.
It was awful. Ugh, she was an incredible machine. I've been in Heights cars with brace staplers that weren't as well optimized.
Is this that ray of sunshine that's been following you around?
Yes, hello! I'm Nellie. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. All good things, of course.
Oh, so Gia's been lying.
But Gia didn't say you were a mechanic. I thought Lowers Islands didn't allow their Aethaniers to work on the surface. Or is that how it works in the hole?
The kid's stepping into a minefield. Cress talks as much about her personal life as she talks Bavarian politics.
Sorry. I'm not breaking my back crawling the tunnels to keep you afloat.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I take it back. This is my first time in the lowers, and I didn't expect to meet so many Aether.
Don't you know? We breathe like rats down here.
The kid looks on like she's ready to start taking notes.
The hole's not like other islands. No free homes, no rats under contract. You need a generator looked at, you pay me like anyone else.
Don't worry, I won't be a bother. I'm certain I can find my way around a generator. Oh, but I hope it won't be any trouble to ask about the output capacity. I can pay you a consultation fee once I have the funds. Unless you accept coffee.
Stick around a month. I'll think about it. And I take cash.
Cress is playing it softer than I expected with the kid. The first day I walked in here, I was lucky to get away with my jaw intact.
So, the Chimera's gone. Looks like you're stuck with that bucket of bolts.
Honeybee is not a bucket of bolts. She's a queen. All she needs is a fresh coat of paint.
You named her. You gonna get attached to every lost cause you come across now?
Defend the name.
She'll pack a hell of a sting once we're done with her. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Anyway, all that hunk of yours really needs is a tune-up, a fresh set of repulsors, and restitching of the upholstery.
At a minimum. And she's not the only one who needs to get back in real fighting shape, Cress. My rep's in the gutter, and I need cash.
Okay. What exactly are you looking for?
Got anything for a little more protection? Honeybee can take some fire from street-level punks, but I wouldn't trust her in a serious dogfight.
The chassis is shot to hell. You're gonna want some serious armor plating to reinforce it. I'm out of anything at the level you're asking for, but if you bring me the plates, I'll get them set up for you.
Think Tiana has anything?
If you're willing to pay an arm and a leg.
Fair enough. I'll stop by Pier 6. You happen to know of any jobs?
I got something, but it doesn't pay much. More of a personal matter. If you want real money, you know who you'll have to talk to.
No, Needles is off the table.
Needles? Is he bad?
He's nobody. Just another smuggler I used to work with. We had a falling out on our last job.
Just another smuggler who owes you big? He recently set up shop in the Raymond district. Not struggling for work either. You need a lead on jobs. He's who you need to talk to. Least he can do.
I haven't seen Needles since Zio died. Haven't wanted to. Too many bad memories. But Cress is right. I need the money. And a job's a job. Even if it's from him. You said you had a job? Something personal?
Yeah, but first, tell your client to go bother someone else.
Oh, no problem. Don't worry about me. I've been wanting to look at these Aether lifters you got stacked up over there. It'll be like I'm not even here.
I heard about what you did for the Aether rats in White Street. Thanks.
They dealt with me fairly. And your advice was, if I recall correctly, to not be an ass. So I wasn't.
So, you wouldn't say no to another job for them?
Depends. You said yourself the pay's nothing to write home about.
We got some scratch saved up. A sponsor's covering the rest.
Sponsor?
They're good for it. I'll vouch.
Look, Cress. I don't go into a job blind. Give me something.
I can't. You want the job? Those are the terms.
I get an uneasy itch. No client in my line of work is ever exactly forthcoming. But without a name or face, I got nothing to check my gut against. Nothing except Cress's word. Fortunate for both of us, that's enough.
As long as it'll help build up my rep, I'm in. What's the
I
job?
need a getaway driver. We're breaking rats out of the tomb.
If Cress is trying to make a joke, it's a poor effort. No one escapes that upside-down prison. Not alive, anyway. At best, you get to enjoy 10 seconds of freedom before you give the Earth a goodbye kiss. Barons usually leave rats to the terriers. Why'd General Eli bother to lock him up?
He's a paranoid tyrant. He doesn't need a good reason to keep you in a cage.
I just want to know what sort of people we're helping.
Good people. There was a wasting outbreak in White Street. Rats thought it had something to do with the water shortage. Eli didn't like them talking, so he put them where no one could hear them.
No one escapes the tomb, Cress.
Maybe Eli shouldn't have locked up the same people who keep him afloat. My people have a way into the garbage system, and the trash chutes that lead outside.
And?
And we're going to take out the trash.
So, what's my part in this? I've seen you steer out of gravity slips like it's nothing. You're plenty capable of a pickup.
It's a two-person job. I'll drive the barge there, but I need someone to keep unwanted eyes off us along the way.
Who's this mysterious sponsor of yours?
Gia. If I could tell you, I would. Don't push it.
Come on. Anyone with the cash to spring a bunch of Aether convicts out of the tomb is blowing that money on diamond jewelry and nightclub tabs. You really want me to believe this is a charity case?
I don't care what you believe. The money's good. That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
I knew
but is
from
it
her
dangerous?
blue-hot glare, I'd pushed her as far as she would go. Doesn't matter. One way or another, I'll eventually find out who's holding the bag. Okay, Cress. I'm with you.
Good. Only certain barges with military clearance are allowed near the tomb. I got one lined up. Let's meet there first.
The tomb's crawling with whitecaps. They're not just going to let us drive up and make off with a bunch of convicts.
That's where you come in. I need someone who can get physical when the time calls for it. Or keep me from being seen.
Like old times. We haven't done a job together since the carnival.
Yeah, well, I've been busy. And let's make sure this job goes better. It took me weeks to get the smell of wet lime out of that car.
Okay. So she's got 5 talent points, which should definitely be Grease Monkey. That's all she has access to. It's Daredevil. Gain the hasten status effect. Move the cut. Maybe I should give her Gumshoe. I'll make her the Gumshoe. Okay, and then she will put the... Alright. So she's gonna be the, you know, debugger and mechanic. Back. And I got her on, smooth talking strategy. Switch places. Okay. Okay. Change vehicle color. Honeybee. I choose their dark blue. She's a bee. Alright, we did it. Flat bed. Alright, she's got a... change vehicle parts. Oops. Alright, I got some light armor. Alright, I guess that's it. So we go up to 19 health. And we're a little bit heavier. So I don't need the scrap engine, so I'll put it in the scrap store. And the rusty pistol. What do we got here? Armor buster? So... Alright. Okay. Good, fine, done. I hope it doesn't screw me up too badly. Crew. So now I have 2 people in the crew. So I have the hustle, but she doesn't get hustle. We got a couple more prison. Needle's Edge. Prison Break. Alright. Back to the hole. Pier 6. Acquire the barge.
Tiana, my black market fence, is as sharp as they come. From the cut of her cashmere jacket to the razor line of her jaw, she can draw blood with a glance. Even the scent of her hand-rolled cigarette, redolent with caravan spices, slices through the air with a dangerous edge. When I walk in, she pulls the nib of her fountain pen away from an account ledger like an assassin retrieving a dagger, and honors me with an inscrutable smile. Tiana.
Giovanna, how's business?
Can't complain. That's a lie. I could, but I won't.
This is why I like you Italians, always with your heart on your sleeve. You know, a short swim across the Adriatic, we might have been sisters.
I like to think of us that way. Which is why you're going to help me patch up my new car with some better defenses.
Am I now?
Well, I know you're dying to tell me what happened to that artist of yours. Might even stick around to do your braids, if you're nice.
Oh, how tempting, but I think I'd rather if you owed me a favor.
What kind?
The kind you're good at.
Her long fingers reach into a hidden pocket and retrieve a photograph with a slip of paper, which she slides across the counter to me. Her perfume follows.
This is Charisse Bairn, but don't call her that unless you want to live near. Lower, she's Banger. Nasty little thing from Northern Ireland, leads a street gang called the Magicals.
A real charmer.
You have to intercept a cargo train carrying crates of weapons through White Street. You bring the weapons to Banger, collect the money I'm owed, and we'll be happy to source you some steel.
This Banger dame sounds like a real piece of work. Anything in particular I should know?
They say she survived the wasting as a child by catching and eating animals, rats, birds, dogs. She got lucky.
So she's tough.
She's dangerous, and she's always hungry.
I look like an arms dealer to you? What kind of weapons are they, anyway?
You look, Giovanna, like someone I'm paying to get this done. Don't worry about the weapons, nothing you haven't seen before.
How exactly am I supposed to catch this train and grab its cargo?
You don't tell me how to conduct my business, and I don't tell you how to conduct yours. This is equitable, no? You figure it out. All I know is the rail runs along the left side of the road of the whole route. Do with that what you will.
Nothing makes a job more dangerous than going in blind. It can't be as cut and dry as she says. What aren't you telling me?
Siobhan, the great castle libraries of Illyria can be filled with things I don't tell you. Trust me, you want that. You want it that way.
All right.
Excellent. Be sure to bring along that little scientist friend of yours.
Why? Last thing I need is the kid slowing me down.
Indulge me.
And if I say
Ah, come. I need this done correctly. You, Giovanni, need the money. Bring the
I
girl.
like this about as much as a kick in the teeth. But in Pier 6, Tiana calls the shots. She meets my grimace with an infuriating smile.
So what, you're setting up the kid?
Fine. If it means that much to you. But my armor better be ready when I get back. Her eyes are lidded with shadow as she waves goodbye. I can't tell if it's meant to be mocking or affectionate. Probably both.
Repair kits. Guess I should get a couple. Fake papers, lockpicks. Restores 12 versus... Oh, I should have done this. Alright. Whatever. Can I sell this? Alright. We can last one more day. Alright, prepare for the heist. Acquire the barge. With the captain? When I get to the ferry platform, it feels like the storm's brewing. It's the kid Nellie hovering over Mr. Throg and crackling with frustration like a thundercloud gathering momentum. The old ferrymaster for his part is as implacable as a stone statue wearing a rain slicker. This ain't a cruise ship, young lady. We go, we come back, we get off again. That's how a ferry works. You want to get yourself killed? Find your own damn barge. Leave me out of it. Mr. Thrognelli, is there a problem here? No problem of mine, Miss Gia. We're just educating your hanger-on here on the nature of the ferry business. We don't do requests, and if we did, we wouldn't be taking no one-way trips, mark my words. The well is dangerous, Gia. You know it is. I need a sample to restart my research, or lives could be at risk. Tell him. You heard her. Mr. Throg, the well's dangerous. Oh, you don't say, but precisely why I give it a wide berth. Me and every other barge driver still floating. What were you thinking? You're trying to hitch a ride to the well, Nellie, on your own? You really lost it, haven't you, kid? Collecting a sample from the well could be dangerous, Gia. There was no reason to put you at risk if I didn't have to. So you're protecting me now. I'm touched, kid, but we both stand a better chance of getting what we want if we stick together. You're wasting your time here, kid. Come, there might be another way to get what you need. Better not be thinking what I think you're thinking, Miss Randazzo. What do you think I'm thinking? Can you think of a better place to get a look at the well? Sure, when you come back from... It's fool's errand, Gia. Just buy the poor girl a telescope. What is he talking about, Gia? Closest spot to the well is an old Aether rig crashed into the lowers years ago. A lot of people got hurt. Local chatter is that ones who didn't make it still haunt the place to this day. Ghosts? Mr. Throg, evil spirits are statistical improbability. And you were just going to sail it there by yourself. Didn't think to mention it to anyone. So a floating city, but look where your feet are resting. All I know is people go, but they don't come back. You heard that way. Sorry, you head that way. Might as well go ahead and notify your next of kin. Your concern for our well-being is truly touching, Captain. We'll be back soon. Keep the engine running. Alright, so we're going... back up to White Street. Alright, and that is the demo. So, it's a little sort of investigative story of can we save the little floating cyberpunk city, I guess. Steampunky, cyberpunky city. And I guess try and get Nellie her briefcase or research back, either by reproducing the research from scratch or trying to get those notes that were stolen, I guess. Interesting little story. They're gonna add 2 more sections, I guess, and more combat styles. That is today's demo of Aether and Iron, and until next time.